Hey guys, it's Ren again. I'm just checking in with my weekly video. There will probably be 2 videos this week just based on how things are going and kind of what's coming up for me. I really like to speak my truth as I am approaching my 31st year venture around the earth, I guess you can put it. I've really kind of stepped into this feeling, being, I don't really know how to describe it, just this need to really express my truth and how I'm feeling. And a YouTube channel is something that I've always thought I should maybe create, maybe kind of put stuff out there. But I never really did, and then I had this great opportunity with school, and my professor, Eric, thank you so much for supporting me in this. He said, well, let's do it. Let's see what happens. So here I am. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. And I really want to speak my truth this week. So I will have an article that I'm going to review later on, and I'll post that. But I really wanted to take a moment and talk about something that means a lot to me on a kind of personal level, and it has everything to do with what we're talking about. So I guess we're just going to get right into it. First, I just wanted to say the reason why I do these videos sitting down and not holding a camera is because I like to talk with my hands. Obviously, we all see that. And then also because I tend to be a little bit ADD and kind of just move like this sometimes. And I'm pretty sure people just get sick just kind of watching me fling a camera around. So that's why I'm not really allowed to handle a camera. So I tend to just do them sitting down. That way you guys can see me and it doesn't get really blurry and shaky and y'all don't get sick. So I guess we're just going to begin then. All right, here we go. On my Instagram, and for those of you who don't follow me, it's at Ren McGregor. I posted a video of me doing a shoulder exercise. And I wanted to talk about it because it's really important to me, the whole premise of the video, which is doing an upper body shoulder exercise. I don't know if, I guess you guys have maybe seen some videos of me doing lower body exercises, but I am very powerful. I have very large quadriceps. I'm quad dominant, or QD, and I do a lot of leg workouts. I love working legs, which girl doesn't? And I'm very weak upper body wise. Or at least I think I'm very weak upper body wise. I have a pretty weak bench press. If you're comparing bench presses with me to other women who are my size and what I do, my max is 125 pounds. I am also somebody with an injury, and I'm sure everybody's like, oh, well, I have injuries too, but I don't have tendons and ligaments holding my left shoulder together. I was 18, I was stupid, I partially dislocated my shoulder, I swam through the pain, I was dumping my goggles every time we would stop or every time I'd do an interval because I was crying, literally crying in practice because my arm hurt so bad. It got to the point where I went to push myself up out of the pool and I collapsed on the pool deck. I couldn't move my arm past here. Here it is to the body. This is the farthest I could lift my arm. It took a couple of months, the doctors, a couple of months to figure out that I had partially dislocated my shoulder. It took me about 3 or 4 months for my shoulder to slip back into place, the joint to come back into place. And when I had surgery, the doctor spent so much time trying to figure out what was wrong that he couldn't really see other damage that I had done, but from what he could tell, there was damage to the subscapula, possibly to my trap, to my pectoral muscles, maybe to my bicep or triceps. There was extensive damage done to the shoulder, and I have one piece of Kevlar thread anchored right here in my shoulder. That's how they fixed it. Just a little piece of thread about this long and just a little tiny thread holding my shoulder together. So I can't, unlike with this shoulder, I can strengthen my tendons, I can strengthen my ligaments, I can, have a great shoulder press over here. This one's never going to get better. There is nothing to strengthen except for some muscles. That's it. There are no tendons, there's no ligaments. I completely shredded it. It's like take a lump of crab meat and then shred that crab meat. That's what it looks like. His words, not mine. His being my doctor. So, fast forward, ending my 30th year on this earth. So that was, 12 years ago. I am able to dumbbell overhead press 25 pounds. Now, for some of you, you're like, wow, that's baby weight, and that's okay. But for me, that's huge. Because if you had told me 5 years ago, you're going to be able to lift 25 pounds over your head like this 8 times and do it for 2 sets after doing all of the shoulder work and upper body work that you did before leading up to that point, I would have told you you were nuts. I would have said absolutely not happening. But I did it. And I have to say, I didn't start off with 25 pounds. I started with 5 pounds. Actually, if you go all the way back when I was doing my physical therapy, I started with 3 pounds. And then that went to 5. And then 5 grew to 10. And then 10 grew to 15. And 15 grew to 20. And I hit 20 and I was so happy. And then I hit 25. And I did it. And that's what's so exciting for me. I can bench press 125 pounds. And it's not a lot of weight for other women like me who do this, because they can do 135, 145, 200 pounds. But for somebody like me, where I'm limited in some ways, 125 pound bench press is really awesome, and I'm really happy with that. And a 25 pound dumbbell overhead press, I'm really happy with that too. And I can, overhead press if I'm using a barbell, maybe 65 pounds, maybe 75 pounds, I think, possibly, maybe, is what I was doing the other day. So these are huge, huge, huge leaps and bounds and just weight that I didn't think I was going to be able to do. Swimming wise, I can go 3,000 yards before I'm done. Before my shoulder is like, okay, that's it, we're good, I'm done, I can't do anymore. So being able to do this is really, really, really special for me, because I didn't think I was going to be able to ever do that. And I just wanted to kind of explain why this is so important to me. On that note, on the other side of this conversation, this two-sided coin, one of the things that I think is really important, that I think people should take away from this, is it's not about, it's not about doing what everybody else does. It's not about me coming into the gym and bench pressing 160, 170, 190 pounds for reps like Dana Lynn Bailey. Sorry, Dana, I'm using you as an example. Or like any other girl that benches a lot at the gym that I go to. It's about doing what I can do given what I'm working with in my personal situation, and showing up and being present and doing good work for me, not for anybody else, and not allowing this to hold me back from doing something that I enjoy doing. Just knowing it might not be exactly what everybody else can do, and that's okay. And to tag on to that, if you do have an injury, or if you are working with an injury, just do what you can given what you're working with. You don't have to get up and go run 6 miles if you have a knee injury or an ankle injury. But, maybe you can go for a walk or bicycle or elliptical or, do something. Go to Zumba, go to water aerobics, go do something to stay active and to stay healthy. You have shoulder problems like me. Okay, well, you can't, lat raise or shoulder raise, 15, 20 pounds. You can only do it with 3. So pick up the 3-pound dumbbells. That's okay. So they're staring at you. Big whoop, they stare at me too. I mean, that's just kind of how people are, and that's okay. But don't use it as an excuse. Don't sit here and use, well, my back or my knees or my hips or my shoulders or my head or my neck. Take your time to rehab. Take your time to rest and heal. But if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. And staying active and keeping that momentum and trying different things is what it's about. That's what this whole thing is about, is doing what you can for you and finding what works and sticking with it and starting small. Starting with, okay, well, I can only use a 3-pound dumbbell weight. Okay, but that 3 pounds is going to get easier. So then, try 5. And yeah, you might feel a little soreness, you might feel a little tiredness, a little fatigue. That's good. But then 5's going to get easier and keep going. If I start running, I can't do 3-4 miles. I have to work up to it. And that's okay. And that's great because we all start somewhere. So, if you're working with an injury and you hit a milestone, I absolutely want to hear it. I want to hear about that goal that you hit. And I want you to share that because that's huge and that's phenomenal. And congratulations, and keep up that great work. And if you're injured or if you've been rehabbing an injury and you're ready to get back at it, go, hit some, set some small goals and hit those small goals and hit some more and keep going and keep pushing. And if you're sitting there and you're thinking, wow, she might be talking to me about, maybe I've been slacking, or maybe haven't been doing as much as maybe I could. Well, maybe I am speaking to you. Maybe I am saying, hey, it's okay that you haven't been as active as maybe you need to be or should be or could be. Maybe now's your time to just start small and make small, sustainable changes. Because at the end of the day, guys, that's really what it's about. Is about just doing a little bit more than you did the day before. And I know I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and I say it all the time. But it's all about the journey, not the destination. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Sorry this was a long video. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will get this other video up that I've been talking about for the last couple weeks. Bye.
One more.